Magic Marcus Willis here. We're here at your gym in Fort Myers, man. Got to check out the Assassin fight gear on you.
Fight gear.
How's everything been, man?
Man, everything's been good. Busy, staying pretty busy. So we steady. Got a lot of young fighters in here. Staying busy with the brand Assassin fight gear.
Yeah.
And my brother Quentin's fighting this weekend up in Georgia. So him and Brian Kennedy. Both of them are fighting this weekend up in Georgia, so getting ready for that.
Good stuff. Now you wear a lot of hats, as they say, because you're still fighting, you're training, got the Assassin fight gear, and you got your own gym. What's it like managing all that?
I'm an entrepreneur, man. You know, it's always got to have multiple streams of income. Yeah. And I'm all about investing into myself, investing into my people, and trying to build a legacy. You know, the legacy's already here, but I'm trying to grow it exponentially now. So definitely always trying to find different avenues to stay involved in the game, as well as venture out and find different investments and opportunities that's out there.
Now, I also want to talk, before we get into this though, because I know you started like your own YouTube channel where you're going to be breaking down fights. And that's good because you're a fighter who's going to be breaking down fights. Exactly. But tell people a little bit about you, your history in the game, what it's been like as a pro, just so they some people could become familiar with you.
So I grew up in the gym. Been in the gym since I was in diapers. My dad boxed when he was younger. He probably told me he got beat up by a girl, and that's what turned him to getting into the gym. So it became a family tradition. My brothers before me boxed, Larry and Quentin, and we just grew up in the gym. I was in the gym, in diapers, and started working out probably like 5 years old. My first fight was 8 years old. I had 125 amateur fights, ranked in the top 10 in the nation.
You fought guys like Keith Thurman, Earl Spence.
Keith Thurman, Earl Spence. Fought Danny Jacobs. So I fought some of the top guys that are around today. Beat Earl Spence. Questionable decisions, very questionable decisions with Keith Thurman. And then I fought some of the top-notch guys out there. But it's I've been around for a while. I have a lot of experience. I've been coaching and helping my dad out since I was a teenager, so I have the knowledge of being a coach and being a fighter. So I see it from all different angles. So there's a lot of knowledge up there.
I saw your YouTube breakdown of Earl Spence, Mikey Garcia. Tell me about just what prompted you to start that channel and what you want to do with it.
Well, I know that there's a lot of channels out there, but the guy that's doing it with me, his name is Devin Jackson. He's from Fort Myers, but he didn't start boxing until he moved to California. So he started boxing in California for like 5 years. He never fought, but he was around training a couple of fighters up there and sparred and everything. He moved back down here not so long ago, and we started boxing, and he has a lot of knowledge about the game. The dude is very insightful. So we started just talking about different fights and breaking them down, and we just came up with, let's go ahead and start a show. And I'm just trying to create more of a fan base for myself and my business, and I'm going to start doing some boxing tutorials as well.
Yeah, good stuff. Now, because it's interesting in boxing media, not everybody really, the people who report boxing media, they don't have that fight background. So you already going to stand out. Don't you feel that makes your channel very unique though, because it's coming from a fighter who blood, sweat, and tears knows this?
Definitely. I mean, you don't get a lot of boxing analysts out there that has been in the ring, and if they have, it's very minimal experience. With me, more than 90% of my life has been in the gym, been in boxing, so I'm going to see a lot of, it's going to be a lot easier for me to explain to an audience, what I'm seeing, and it's going to be able to paint a picture for them exactly what they're looking at and how to break it down and kind of analyze it as well. So I think I have a very good niche with doing it because of the knowledge that I have in the game.
Is there ever any times where you're watching a boxing telecast and you hear somebody comment on boxing and you just shake it? Because on Twitter you see people all the time. Tell me about it.
There's always something where somebody throws a certain punch and I'm like, that's not the right punch that he threw. Like you'll see a guy throw a left uppercut and an analyst, a commentator, call it a hook. I'm like, dude, that was clearly an uppercut. So it's like basic, simple stuff like that where a lot of guys that are in that seat don't really have the magnitude of knowledge that somebody like me would have to be able to explain it the correct way.